Welcome to the Whitehall Wire. I'm your host, Megan Meyer. On this episode of the Whitehall Wire, I'll be joined by Community Operations Sergeant John Earl as we discuss the Whitehall Division of Police's National Night Out coming up in just a few short weeks on Tuesday, August 2nd. After our interview, I'll highlight recent and pending legislation during Council Corner and then recap some upcoming events other than National Night Out, such as the Whitehall Food Truck and Fun Fest. All this and more on this episode of the Whitehall Wire. Sergeant Earl, welcome to the Whitehall Wire.
Thank you.
So Whitehall has long participated in National Night Out, and it really is something very special to our community. What makes it so special to local law enforcement?
My personal favorite part of it is the interaction between the police department, all of its officers, and the community, especially our young citizens in the community.
Absolutely, and it's grown every year, it seems like. So what are the activities that you're looking most forward to this year?
Well, this year, the big thing that we've expanded is we've almost tripled our bounce houses and our obstacle courses that we're going to have there. So we're going to have a lot more for the kids to do versus standing in line. So that'll be fun. Oh,
that's really good, and they can do other activities. I know that our service department comes out, and so there's the touch a truck component. We've got the Whitehall Division of Fire, and they let them do, their fire training course and things of that nature as well. So we've got all those partners coming out, and then multiple other agencies and organizations from throughout the region. What are some highlights of the partners coming out?
Franklin County Sheriff's Office will be coming out with their drones this year, as well as their mounted unit with the Columbus Police Department. We have several of our local agencies, including Bexley, Reynoldsburg, New Albany, that are going to be coming out with us as well this year.
Fantastic. And we're having another bike rodeo?
We are going to have a bike rodeo, so make sure that you bring your bikes out. We're going to have several obstacles that they can run through and safety inspections for all the bikes.
Wonderful. Well, this is one of my favorite events of the year, so thanks for coming out and sharing. For anybody interested, you can learn more about National Night Out on the city's website, but also on the Division of Police Facebook page and the city's Facebook page.
My name is Travis Snapper. I'm a graduate from the Sports Emphasis program at Ohio Media School. The experience was pretty great. It was a little bit rough because about the time that I had started Sports Emphasis, COVID was still kind of ramping up. It was a little bit hard to do some of the things that we probably wanted to do, which was the same thing going through a lot of the core program that I went through. So it wasn't the easiest thing to go through because you were sometimes learning virtually, sometimes learning on campus, but we made it work, and that was the fun part, is trying to figure out different ways to make it happen and still get to do what we wanted to do. I loved hockey. I very much love hockey. I'm a big hockey fan, so getting to do a lot of the hockey broadcasts that we did was a great experience. One of the coolest parts of my life is learning from Bob McElligott, especially with commentary, getting to learn the little ins and outs and getting to commentate games with him. It was just some of the coolest experiences of my life that I've ever gotten to experience. I never imagined I would get to even call a hockey game, let alone call a hockey game with Bob McElligott. So that was definitely a special part of my learning in the Sports Emphasis program.
To Council Corner. In addition to multiple fund transfers and supplemental appropriations, City Council is considering a number of ordinances related to community reinvestment areas, or CRAs. CRAs are an important economic development tool which allow local governments to offer tax incentives to developers who want to reinvest in our community through major remodeling or new construction. Specifically on August 16th, City Council will consider an ordinance to update the Main Street Redevelopment District CRA to bring the CRA in line with new state law, which allows for residential redevelopment projects to be awarded those tax incentives. Prior to this change, the CRA would only apply to commercial property improvements. Relating to CRAs, also on August 16th, City Council will consider two ordinances granting property tax exemptions to the mixed-use developments coming to Yearling Road and Rickenbacker and to the northeast corner of Broad Street and Hamilton Road. In 2 phases of construction, the proposed development on Yearling would include 5,000 square feet of ground floor retail, 32 townhouses, and 24 additional apartments split between the west and east sides of the intersection. Also on August 16th, City Council will consider an ordinance amending the planned unit development, or PUD, for the new redevelopment coming to the northeast corner of Broad Street and Hamilton Road. Essentially, the developer has decided to change the site plan to increase the number of stories from 4 to 5 for the main building facing Hamilton Road. For more specifics, find City Council meeting agendas and minutes on the city's website, as well as recordings of the meetings on the city's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Moving to upcoming events and announcements, we're now just a few days out from Whitehall Food Truck and Fun Fest on Saturday, July 30th. If you've been to a fest in past years, you'll know the drill. Come hungry and ready for fun. This really is a foodie's dream. We'll have over 35 of Central Ohio's best food trucks, crafters, artists, and other local vendors, adult beverages, and a whole day's worth of live music featuring headliner and American Country Music Award nominee Chris Lane. Admission to the fest is free, but if you're looking for an upgrade, we do still have a few VIP tables available. Buy tickets, plan out your food truck route, and learn more at whitehallfoodtruckfest.com. Finally, a reminder to join us every Tuesday through August from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Keller Green for Market on the Green. That's a wrap on updates from the city. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Whitehall Wire.